going on? Here's your Traynor YCV20. Cool amp. Very cool amp. I love the subtle contour of the front panel. Kind of hard to pick it up here in the camera. Like that wine Taurus Tolex covering, nice and smooth. Kind of a wheat grill. Very classic look. Like the hardware. Very nice. Cabinet's pretty well constructed. Here's the chassis. Take a peek. I'll probably lay it down horizontally so you guys can have a better look, but I thought you might find it interesting to see how your own amp was constructed. And we're chasing down some microphonics or squealing sounds from the reverb circuit. And I have a feeling we're dealing with some standing waves creating a feedback situation with the pan. Love that. Love the way they put the phase inverter right there with the rest of the power section, the power amp, because that's exactly where it belongs. A lot of people forget that it's part of the power amp because it's a small tube. It's essentially a preamp tube. Sorry about my finger there. I'm trying to turn this guy around. All right, take a look here. Beautiful Celestion. Great taste, buddy. Your reverb pan, and in normal cases with a very small cabinet like this, and that's as much pan as you're going to get in there. This would be encased within a Tolex bag or a pouch, and that would be of use in helping to insulate it from the vibrations of the cab causing issues. And the issues that you're experiencing now would be among them. As you can see, I just dusted everything. Everything's nice and clean now. But what I'm going to do is, obviously, I'll remove the pan here. I'll make some inspections, clean the jacks. I'm going to put some insulation across the top that will serve to help deaden any sort of vibrations on the shell of the pan here, which are going to cause some issues. Just a couple small bits of weather stripping, actually. That'll be one thing that I do, but I am going to open up this chassis, and it will be pretty interesting to see. Let me flip her over, and I'll be very careful not to set it down on the control panel. So just a few screws here will release this top plate, and then we'll go ahead and have a proper inspection. Since we're looking at a top-mounted control panel, you can expect all the good things that accompany that to be at play in other areas, such as dust falling into the jacks and causing issues and things like that. Not that this is your main issue, but this is just something we want to get ahead of while we can. All right, so we've got some, certainly, this is, I'm not saying this is an issue now, but there's some heat-related stressors here present on the board. I like the quality of the resistors. And you can see some discoloration from thermal damage on this board. Wow. We're gonna try to focus on this. And I think we might be looking at cooling down the bias. These JJs, actually, the bias may be okay. I'll ask you about the age of these particular tubes. They're not looking bad. All right, these are not looking bad at all. So I'm thinking this is more of an airflow issue. This chassis doesn't have much in the way of ventilation. Let me take a peek. Yeah, there's no ventilation here, and that's sort of what's at play. So I'll get, let's see here. That's wearing pretty evenly with respect to the silk screening. Maybe just a little bit of dulling on the right-hand side of this logo plate structure. So I'll take a peek at that. get this guy out of here. Your tube sockets look nice. Condition-wise, they look pretty nice. This is not a... This doesn't appear to be a tube-driven reverb. It could be. I do need to get on the other side of the circuit board so I can take a peek. I'll check the bias out, but I think at the end of the day, so we're looking at this thing being oriented. Yeah, so you're obviously heat rises. This is actually the ceiling for this amp, and the heat's got no place to go. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Let's see, there's no opportunity for there to be any ventilation either, so that's just what we're dealing with. There's just no opportunity for it, unless, God, I would be tempted. There's a cutout here, but it's not really going to do anything. It's on the wrong side of the chassis, so I would be tempted. If this was my forever amp, then I would certainly look at creating some ventilation here. That's something that I would absolutely do, and then it would be pointless to do it on the opposite side here, since that's adjacent to the top of the head shell here. So, or head shell, the cabinet here. So, anyway, I will dig into this shortly. Get back to you. Bye.